kind of beat up. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Jersey to Vegas podcast, episode number 41. This is Pete, your host. That's what he said. And we are here hanging out post-competition. So if you guys don't know and or remember or missed a couple episodes, make sure you go back and listen to those little tidbits or tugboats. I don't know. Zigzags, whatever it is. But before we get into it, let's shout out a couple sponsors here. We're going to shout out Boost Performance and Boost Fitness in Nutley, New Jersey. Okay, they have a Girls Who Lift and the middle school program. So Girls Who Lift is pretty much catered to, middle school, maybe sixth grade, depending on the age or the maturity of the female, and they're going to teach them how to become strong. I think it's a great program, something that definitely needs to be implemented early. Why is it super important? Because a lot of people, if you know that females are very susceptible to ACL injuries and knee injuries. Most of it because they don't have the proper strength behind their power. They're very strong and they're very fast, but at the same time, they just don't have that stability and strength. And starting your girls early in a formatted strength training program is very important. And even if they're not an athlete, at the end of the day, learning how to be strong is just really good for them, for their confidence, for their self-esteem, for them to do something and be proud of something. If you guys heard some rustling, those are my dogs trying to kill each other. They were at each other's necks, and that's how they play, by the way. But where was I? Definitely go in there and check it out. Okay, not only that, but they have great programs for adults. I would not suggest anywhere else to go except to there. Now, if you're looking for Jiu-Jitsu, MMA, Muay Thai, boxing, wrestling, Bucktown MMA is in Belleville, New Jersey on Washington Ave, run by my brother Jay, Isip. So make sure you go there, okay, and check it out. They do 1 week free trial. The little kids camp or little kids classes are growing. So it's pretty cool to watch on Instagram. I hate that I'm not there. It really bothers me inside that I don't get to watch the growth. But, that's the choice that we made, and that's why we're here. But definitely go check it out and, see if you like it. See if it's a place that your child or yourself can, grow with and grow at. It's Bucktown MMA in Belleville, New Jersey. Now, if you want a little pick-me-up, Greenville Coffee just recently, maybe within the month, changed to Outsiders Coffee. So check out them on Instagram, Outsiders Coffee Roasters, and that's Ames again, Ames and Abe. He teamed up with Abe, who is from Muse Coffee shop in Nutley, New Jersey. So definitely, not Nutley, Lyndhurst, New Jersey. So, they have great products. They send it to you, and it's just quality. I never understood coffee and understood, taste and how people care about the actual bean and the process and how it's made until I really talked to Ames. And I really do appreciate more and understand more about coffee and the types that are good for me and the types that I might not like. Everyone has their taste. So really, really, really great. So those are the three sponsors. Now let's shout out the Patreons. Every single one of you guys, thank you so much for holding on to just being a part of the community. It's great to have you guys, and I love that you guys get the access to the videos and to the podcast, and I'm just very grateful that you guys are a part of my life. So before I cry, let's get to episode number 41. Episode number 41, post-competition. I competed yesterday, and I am sore. I feel like, I don't want to say, I texted someone and I said, I can't feel my body. False. I can feel every single piece of my body right now. My ankle is really black and blue, from my shin all the way down to my foot. I don't know why. I could walk on it, but I definitely hit some vessels in there, and it just looks nasty. And when they say it looks worse than it feels, well, that's definitely what's going on down there. And I'm really beat up. I'm tired. Now, what's the results? What happened? How did I do? Okay, here we go. I went, it doesn't matter. I did good, right? I took second place, and it was great. It was such a good experience for a win and then a great experience for a loss. I always honestly, I like losing better. I don't like to say that I like losing, but I like when I lose because I learn something. And you could put this into how we talk about, the whole podcast and how we started, right? It's because I lost a lot. But as I lost this whole recovery process, at episode number 41, I'm learning more about myself. I'm learning more about life because of the loss. And this loss that happened yesterday was a good one. It was a 2-2 match the whole way through. It's a 6-minute round. Just pretty much, if you want to picture it, 2 guys in pajamas trying to choke each other. That's the easiest way to explain jiu-jitsu, right? 2 guys or girls in pajamas trying to choke each other. So that's pretty much how I can explain what's going on. It was 2-2, and then in the last 30 seconds, maybe minute, I got tired for sure. I felt my gas. Like, if you guys don't know what it feels like to get gassed, just feel like you have zero energy left inside your body, like zero. And I just looked down at the guy because he was in, pretty much he had his legs wrapped around me. And I looked at him and I was like, I could sit here for a second. And whoop. And then he hit me with a sweep and he flipped me over and he ended up on my back and tried to choke me. But he didn't choke me, but I got out at the end, and it doesn't matter because I lost 8-2 in that one. He got 6 points in like the last 30 seconds. I don't even understand the point system, so don't ask me either. I'm still trying to learn that. I just wanted to go out there and figure things out. It was a close match the whole time, and then at the end, I learned that I need to condition. And that little time that I just like looked at him and I gazed into his eyes. I'm just kidding. And I just like let up for a second. He fucking swept me. Like he fucking took me over, and I just flipped over, ended up on all fours, and I was on my back, or he was on my back. And then I got out, kind of. I remember like the positions I was in. I don't have any film, so I have nothing on tape or video or camera, whatever, on phone film. I don't have anything. So hopefully someone has it. I'll ask the guys at the gym to see if anyone filmed anything. But what I learned was I need to condition again, right? I solely focused on a lot of strength and long form conditioning, which means I tried to stay as strong as I can, right? And so some of you guys that follow me on Instagram have seen some clips of me working out, but I didn't get into my crank conditioning. And that's where I kind of feel like I would have been able to had that extra kick, because I crank, I'm not gonna lie, we turn up, we turn the tulips, we make it go. And I kind of trusted other people's programs versus my own, and I guess that goes into, learning from other people and self-doubt at the same time. Not really, like maybe I don't know what I'm doing. No, I think I know what I'm doing, and that's that self-doubt behind it. And I went to using a different program, and it helped me be strong. I'm not going to lie. Everyone that I went against was like, you're a strong dude. It's like, you're a strong ball. What do you say? You're a strong little pit bull. That's what his wife said to me. And I felt strong. I definitely felt stronger than them. But I didn't feel that last second. For those of you guys that know what I mean, like if you're doing like a 10-minute like circuit or AMRAP and you're going at like heavier weights, that little piece where you finish a round and you're just like, you take a second, right? You take that second to like just shake your hands out and attack the bar or the dumbbell or medicine ball or whatever it is again. That was the second that I lit up. And that was a second where I lost. That was a second to me where I made a big mistake on that part because I just didn't have it in me. I know I didn't have it. I was like, oh my God, this is really, let me sit here for a second. Boom! And I was gone. But like, now I know, and now we can talk about we can talk about the win, and then we can talk about what's next. But I'm going to take a break because my throat is very dry. I'll be right back, everybody. Listen to this announcement. I'm just kidding. There's no announcement. It's going to pause really fast. So for those of you guys that are wondering, my camera shut off because the disc inside it didn't have any more space. So I apologize for that, and hopefully you got to at least listen to it for a little bit more. And now back to the video it is, and I'll definitely have to edit a little bit there and making sure it happened. So I talked about the loss because I always feel like the loss is very important. Just losing in general sucks, right? It's not what you ever want. It's not what you want to do, but it's part of competition. Like, there's only going to be a winner and a loser. And I always do like losing, but I don't. Like, I always want to win, right? But if I lose, I know I'm learning something from that loss. Because a lot of times you could win and then just forget about all the mistakes you made. I won anyway, so what's the difference? You really don't think about how you can improve those moments, how you can improve that part of your game or part of your life, right? When you win, you kind of bypass that. It's like, oh, I won, I did great. Let me go drink, and that's it. Like, let me just celebrate it, because you're never going to go to a win. I mean, maybe you do. I know I do as well, but for the most part, it becomes more lax than it is if you lose. You don't really care that much, not care, but you let it go. Right, because you ended up winning, so let's just celebrate instead of feeling bad, getting through that emotion, getting through the, damn, am I even good? Damn, am this worth it? Damn, how did I do this? If you don't ask yourself those questions after you lose, if you just lose and you're like, oh, well, I lost, I gave my best shot, well, then you're not really in it. You're not learning from mistakes that you made. You're not enhancing the skills that you can get better at. And that's the importance of competition. It really, really is. And talking about even the wins and the other match, it was scary. Like, going into this competition or tournament was very scary. And making sure I did the things that I knew would make me feel better kind of worked. Before I went in, I did a crank style workout. I did my normal warm-up, line drills, everything from, knee hugs to quad stretch to toe touches to hamstring stretch to Frankensteins. I did everything, all the mobility work. And then I did a little circuit of jumping jacks. What did I do? Jumping jacks, squats, push-ups, yoga push-ups, W's. And then I ran across the field. The field's like 50 yards. So I ran 50 yards then, ran 50 yards back, and I did that for 5 rounds because I wanted to make sure I was really warmed up. Like, I broke a sweat and like I was breathing heavy. Because when I go in there, I don't want to be like breaking my sweat there, because then it's like you're just starting. So I always feel more comfortable getting all that anxiety and all that adrenaline out prior. Not all of it, but at least some of it. And then when we went in, it's very confusing. It's so confusing. Like, you don't know what's going on. I kind of felt disoriented in a way, but I know the main thing I wanted to do was stay calm. And that's it. Like, my main goal was to stay calm and not get killed. That was really it. I had these other plans. None of them went. None of my game plan that I had in my head, that I was going to do this and shoot and then take them down and then get on top and then do this and that. Nope. None of it. None of it went to plan at all. So I've learned that nothing goes to plan, right? You just have to be prepared for whatever is going to be thrown at you. So if it's going to be a screwball, fastball, curveball, you don't know what's coming. You just have to adjust to that motion. And that's kind of like life. Right? Life it's going to throw you a lot of shit. It's going to throw you things that you're not ready for. It's going to throw you things that are not going to be the way you want it to. This whole fucking podcast is a big fucking jiu-jitsu competition, because I don't know what's going to be thrown at me next. I didn't know what was going to happen. And it's kind of cool, but it's out there, and I was doing it. And to be honest, I've never felt so, I want to say, alive until I was doing that, because it was just a rush And I hated it because I couldn't breathe. You know when you work out and shit gets dry, like feels like fire is right in your Adam's apple. If you're a female and have an Adam's apple, well then you should question yourself if you're actually a female or not. If you have if you have whatever right here in the tingleberries right there, tingleberries, it was burning. It's like I always say, like I want to say when you get on an Airdyne and like we do like the assault bike. And we would do like Tabata or like get to, no, not even Tabata. It's not even that bad. When we say get to 100 calories as fast as you can or something like that in time, and then you're just burning, your whole body's burning. That's kind of what it felt like, but 6 minutes long. It was just doing it till you get to fucking 600 calories. It was the worst possible burn that I've had in a long time. I was coughing so much I thought I had COVID. I was like, I have COVID. I definitely have COVID, everybody, because I can't stop coughing. And it finally went away, but it still feels a little dry because of that. But like I said, it really does mimic like a tough time. It really does mimic like having to go through a hardship because you don't know what's next. You don't know how. You have this whole fucking plan and it seems like it's a great idea, and then out of nowhere the guy's like, that's not going to be your plan anymore, and you're like, oh shit, that's not going to be my plan. So now you try to create another plan or you try to defend that plan, right? And I kind of did both, just kind of danced. And I went with the flow, as they would say. Definitely it was not a flow. It was more like two people bumping around each other, trying to figure out what the fuck to do the entire time. But the mentality going into it is you always want to, and I talked about this in the last podcast, you always want to go in there thinking you're going to win, right? You know what? The second one, I kind of had a feeling I wasn't going to win. And this is a moment right now. This is like a middle school, high school moment. I remember that. I looked at the guy's shoes, and he had wrestling shoes on. So I automatically figured he was going to wrestle me. Oh, shit. Guys, this is just in. This is a thought. Like right now, I remember looking at his shoes, and he had wrestling shoes on, and I thought he was going to wrestle me. So I went on defense because I wanted to shoot in the beginning. And then when he started dancing, I realized like he wasn't really a wrestler. He just had wrestling shoes on. So he wasn't. So my whole the whole vibe of me thinking I'm going to win, I kind of felt like I became defensive and felt like I was going to lose because I remember thinking like, oh shit, I might lose because he's a wrestler. Weird. Wow. Look at that. Just to talk to this fucking lens, I figured that shit out. Now, where was I? I don't remember. See? That's why you can't. That's why you guys have to unsubscribe to this podcast. It's literally just mumbo jumbo. Just me. Well, I'm just kidding. Please don't do that. Actually, if you want, give me a 5-star review. That'd be great. So get on. Give me some 5 stars. Shoot a review out. And that'd be fan-fucking-tastic. I'll tell you that much. Why is it important after we lose? I already wrote that. I already said that. Post-comp. But I did win. So let's talk about that really fast. I did win the first one. 14-0. Yeah. I kind of just felt confident. I just waited a lot. I'm not very aggressive in things. I am much more on the defensive side of grappling or wrestling. I really don't take many shots unless the opportunity is there. But I'd like to defend a lot more than anything. I'd rather defend and score. And because I know I have pretty good defense, I trust my defense. And that's what he did. He kept trying to take shots on me, but he really had a strong grip. I'll tell you what, man. People say they're trying to break grips. He was just grabbing my collar and grabbing my fucking sleeve the whole time, and he really didn't let go. I really didn't let him. He really didn't let me let go. And I got to a point where I was like, okay, I have to get closer to him. So I went in with a drag, and I tried to get a body lock, which means I tried to hug him. I tried to make out with him is what I tried to do, honestly. I just tried to look in his eyes and say, hey, would you like to make out? And then dance, club music. And then I took him and I threw him instead. So I hip threw him. It wasn't really a fantastic throw. He kind of went off balance, and I tripped him over. But hey, it's a trip is a trip. It's not something you'll see in the movies. It was more like, hey, Pete pushed his butt out, and then he fell. That's kind of what it looked like. And then I ended up on top and tried different submissions, positions, just kept trying to score points while I was there. and listening to my corner at the same time. So trying to listen to the coaches that are like trying to really coach me as I'm doing it. I'm really trying to be aware and just trying to stay calm the entire time. So with that said, it was a great match. You know, both guys were 4-stripe white belts, which means I'm only a 1-stripe, which means I've been in it for only a little bit, and they've been in it for a lot longer than I have. But I guess that never really matters. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day, because in competition, some people can compete, some people can't, and that's it. You know, and some people are different schools. Some people give stripes for something, and other people earn their stripes a different way. So I'm cool with being a 1-stripe. I have no problem because I enjoy learning, and this little whatever is going to progress, and that's the best part. All right, I'm going to take a quick break because my throat is definitely still burning. God, my throat's so dry. I feel like I have asthma, like I'm wheezing. Still, Jesus, it really beats me up. So we're going to talk about what's next, right? What's next is April 30th. There is a tournament again in Las Vegas, and I'm fucking signing up. You know me, I have an itch, and I don't like to stop doing what it is I'm doing, and I obsess over things, and I make sure I just keep going, and I keep getting better. You know, that's what I always do, and I know that's one of my downfalls, but also one of my best traits. Like, I will keep pushing until I succeed, and it's kind of annoying to say that, but you have to, right? And if you're just in it just to play, that's cool, right? I'm in it just to play as well, but I also want to win. Like, I want to be better. Like, every day, I want to be better at something. And this past year was little pieces of feeling better. You know, I tried my best to just think positive, right? In the beginning, just fucking think positive. And then after a couple months, it was like, okay, let's do some positive things. And then from there, it's like, let's actually try to feel positive, you know, doing something that's going to make you feel positive. I don't want to say just positive, but it just feel better, you know, because it's easy. And like I said it in like 2 episodes ago, it's just fucking easy to feel depressed. It's really easy. It's so easy to fucking put on Dashboard Confessional and sit in my bathroom and cry because it's that easy. Because I want it. That's what I wanted to. That's a fantastic feeling. You know, and yesterday I fucking cried. I did. When I was warming up, doing line drills, I cried. Because I was so proud of not feeling the way I felt. I cried because for the first time, I felt alive. I felt like I was doing something for myself that was just so fucking positive. I'm not going to forget that. I was doing knee hugs and fucking weeping, because what else am I going to do on a fucking warm-up mat? That's it. So, I do not hold it back. I don't think anyone should. But it's easy to feel like shit. So easy. It's a lot harder to feel better. But that's why you have to work to feel better. That's why you have to work to feel positive. I'm not saying fake it. I'm saying that you have to do something that makes you feel good. You have to do something that makes you feel alive. What is it? Something. It's got to be something, man. There's something. And if you don't know what it is, try something. I don't know if it's fucking painting. I don't know if it's playing the piano. I don't know what it is for you. But for me, this is it right now. I'm not saying it's, obviously I'm going to keep doing it, but it makes me happy. It makes me feel good and proud of myself. And like I said yesterday on the turf, not the mat, the turf, I was outside because it's fucking 80 degrees here. Sorry, New Jersey. It's fucking 80. Like hot. It's fucking hot already. It's annoying. It's annoying how hot it is in March. And just being proud. I was just proud of me. So it was cool to see. It was cool to feel. And then when I went out there and I won, and then when I went out there and I lost, I was just proud of myself as well. So it was really good. It was a fun time. But we have to do something. And I think the hardest part is just understanding and accepting the fact that you got to do something different to change your life. You know, because if you're on a road where I was or am or whatever, like you're on this road of the same thing, and it's just kind of not really helping. You know, it's like this video's not helping. Me making fucking t-shirts was not helping. Me helping people was not helping me. It wasn't helping me. Nothing was helping me, and I was working, and I was doing all this shit, trying to make things last. You know, trying to feel productive, trying to feel like I fucking count in this world. Like I want to be with you guys somehow. What I learned is that I had to fucking do things for myself. I had to do something else outside of what it is I was doing, to start creating a new path or creating a new energy. You know, I don't really know much about energy, but I know that the path that I was going, stand up and t-shirts and whatever, it was just in the same path. It wasn't really doing much, so it was just kind of staying in a bubble. Then I made a fucking left. Then I signed up to a gym, and then I said, boom, something else opened up. You know, it was a hard change, and I didn't want to work out in the beginning. I don't know if you remember this. Like, I fucking didn't want to. It made me feel like shit. But there was something there that opened me up, and something there that like called me to do it. So there's another competition, April 30th, here in Las Vegas. It'll be fun. I'll work on the things that I need to work on, and hopefully we'll get a same outcome or different outcome. It really doesn't matter to me, as long as I'm out there scaring the shit out of myself again and again and again and again, because it's fun. You know, it's really fun to battle someone. Like, I don't know that guy. He doesn't know me. Let's go touch each other. Pretty much. Pretty much. So, what's up with the family here? Phoenix hit a run. He did his own little competition. It was fun. It was cool. So, this is just a complete change of topic. But Phoenix was inside of what they call it's called the Apex run. So pretty much they run around in like circles, and they mark them every time they take a lap. And Phoenix was with his class, and when he was there, he saw us, and he started crying, because he couldn't control the emotions. I don't know if he was happy or sad. I don't know, but he was just saw him like get into a pouty face kind of, and like he started tearing up. And then the teacher went up to him and like comforted him, and I think he just couldn't express that emotion. He couldn't like handle seeing us there. Like, what are they doing here? You know, is he in trouble or is he proud? I don't know. I don't know what was going through his mind, nor did he tell us, because he can't really communicate on that level. But he was he ran. He did his laps over and over and over again, and it was just cool to see him run and, you know, be with his classmates, and, you know, seeing how they took care of him too. They saw him crying. A couple girls, like, you know, made sure he was okay. There's a kid that was kind of leading him, you know. So it was cool. It was kind of cool to see him in that environment, and we loved it. So that was it. So, all right, guys, I think I'm good here. My nose is definitely getting stuffed up. I don't know what else to talk. But thank you guys for coming out. I do appreciate it. If you guys have not, you could check out the book. We have the book is out on Amazon. I'm Not Okay by Pete Isip. Hopefully you could find it. And if you did get a copy of the book, can you please go on Amazon? I'm asking you, please go on Amazon and rate it 5 stars and review it. Like, put a little review, because that helps the algorithm. You know, I'm not going to lie. It helps the algorithm. So the more you rate and review, the higher it moves up into the charts. That's really it. You know, and use words like depression and mental health, and, you know, but that's what it's about. You know, how did it help you? And I want you to be honest, you know, if you can. Please go there, rate and review the book if you guys already have gotten it. And if you haven't, check it out on Amazon. It's there somewhere. And I hope you guys have a great week. I will see you guys later. This is Pete from the Jersey to Vegas podcast, episode number 41. I'll see you guys later. Peace out, Cub Scouts. I think that's my tagline. Peace out, Cub Scouts. It used to be do work, son, but it's peace out, Cub Scouts.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from Pete, you can follow him on Instagram at Pete Isip. Thanks again, and see you next week. Bye-bye.